I am in the United States following Hunter and his team as they build a massive pond project. After 7 months of construction, the end is almost in sight. The fish from the previous pond are in their temporary housing and should be transferred to the new pond soon. But there is still a lot that needs to be done before we get to that point. While the construction crew is working hard, the owner has invited us to his private ranch, where, to my great surprise, I get to see many more animals besides koi.
So today we're gonna take a visit, and first we're here at Herbert's place, and we're gonna check out this big pond here in front. So when you come in the property, you see this awesome big pond, and it has koi swimming around. He just likes to see them whenever he's going by, so it's pretty cool. So let's go a little further, and we can check out the red stags. We can check out some of the deer that he's got.
I am very impressed with the range. It is so big that we drive almost 10 minutes before arriving at the house, which is centrally located.
After several baths. Can I look at this real quick? Sure.
Teddy, where are you? Get in here.
Before it gets dark, Herbert wants to give us a tour. Herbert loves animals and has besides the white buffaloes, red deers, tropical birds and koi.
So how big is the property?
It's 800 acres, and the house sits in the middle, and the front half is high fenced and has animals, and the back half is pretty wild.
That's great.
You can see some of the calves. These are females that were pregnant, so you can see the calves in there and 2 of them here. Now those are probably a month to 2 months old. Yeah, they're starting to grow pretty good. They're kind of past the critical stage.
They're beautiful. Their color is...
Yeah, they shed off their winter coat and they get real slick, and they're really pretty when they just have that summer coat. There's some babies here too. If we may drive in this field, and they'll move away at first, and then if you just sit there, they'll gradually walk up and eventually be chewing on the truck.
I've never seen so much land and so much animals, and it's crazy. It's insane. And this guy even has a koi pond too, so.
It's great to hear how passionate Herbert is with all his animals. The space the animals have is so big that we don't have enough time to see everything.
He wants to drive.
Yes. He just likes to stick his head out the window.
These are insane. They're so huge. Look at the horns.
Perfectly symmetrical. Once it calcifies, then
It's hard.
that's for fighting over who gets to breed.
Is this not like a perfect rack?
It's perfectly symmetrical. What you don't, he could have longer tines. His tines aren't particularly long, so that's a pretty average animal. You don't like about him is he's a little narrow. You like him to be broader.
And this one's broad, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when you bought this property, was it already the goal to keep those animals and...
Yeah, I had another farm and I had the animals down on that farm, but it didn't, you haven't seen it, but the The reason I bought this was for the lake. It's got a 25-acre lake on it, a spring that is pretty, you know, I like water, and especially running cold water, so I keep trout down there all winter and summer at the spring.
So how many people maintain this area? I mean,
Well, I've got 2 guys that take care of all the deer and buffalo, and then I've got 1 maintenance guy, but they take care of all the birds and building and ground maintenance.
wow.
And ultimately, and then there's, you know, 1 other guy over there that just primarily does the birds and fish.
Wow.
This pair raised that chick up there with the Turacos on the roost bowl. That's a baby from this year. With the Turacos is all. For animals, but
What is it?
this is like the nursery. So these are all incubators. When we take the middle out, because that rotates and turns the eggs. When the eggs get within 3 days of hatching, we put them in these and they don't turn. Hopefully, these are all red golden chicks. I got more of those than I can count. There's silver chicks.
Does anybody like just like little chicks?
No, not really. We don't. We got too many of them to name and hold.
I'm
so.
speechless. Now let's see if there are some eggs that are hatching.
Well, what we.
Time to drive to the big lake and well. Herbert raises his own fish so he can fish with friends during the summer. A dream landscape and space that seems to have no end.
Wow!
So there's cut this out, then we do some recirculation over the waterfall.
So this is the beginning of his own spring. That is insane. So he just told when they dug it out, they founded all kind of moon stuff, moonshine stuff they used to do here back in the days when this was still like crazy. But look at this guy. There are fish in here and he breeds his own fish. Look how big this is. I've never seen something like this before. Let me turn the camera around, guys. This is like unbelievable.
It up from the lake, because the lake gets at 70-degree water, they die because it doesn't hold enough oxygen. They need a lot of oxygen. And as the lake warms up in June, a lot of all these fish migrated from the lake and stayed where the spring dumps into the lake because it's colder, more highly oxygenated water. And then we actually just seined these, and some of them ran up on their own, and some of them, they were just sitting all in front of the mouth and we just helped them along. I've had 10 or 12 of these golden trout. I had no goldens in here, and there were 10 or 12 that made it all the way to the top pool.
Wow.
So they'll jump all these things, especially when the water flow increases. We get a big thunderstorm and brings a lot of rain.
So that one is going
you're
on.
Gonna be a wet one.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Good luck, Hunter.
I'm sitting in the back.
I just heard Herbert saying that the dogs are going in the back on our way back.
Teddy, get out of there. Come
So
on.
the big lake is over there.
Yeah, I'll take you down there.
Oh wow. Good.
You put your hand inside of the catfish mouth, and then that's how you catch it, right? Noodling.
Noodling.
You can try it though.
Oh,
This
this is.
they go and spawn in caves.
This is redneck style, right?
And they dig out areas Yeah, there you go. And then they protect their young in that cave.
Oh, is that what it is?
And so when you put your hand in, they'll grab it.
Don't get it.
Yeah.
And it wraps around. It's kind of shaped like a boomerang. Yeah, they're hollow. I thought I'd get some. I had to feed these fish at night. And I'll see if they come up and eat it all. If I come down, I usually come down 9 o'clock-ish in the morning, and there'll be 15, 20 fish at a time jumping, eating the food. But sometimes it takes them a while to smell it, but in the morning they're waiting, and afternoons are a little slower.
So how many koi we got left in the pen?